Airport repair facility in Wilmington. Yep, Jobs Ohio is working, and is working to a large degree because we have a great leader over there, Mark Kvamme. He's building a great team of people, working very closely with Chris Schmenk over at the Development Services Agency. And I'm going to let Mark give a little perspective of what he's seen here in the state, and I think he has a little video for you.
Great. Thank you very much. Well, it's been what a year. Thank you. What a year it's been. We've got a lot done, and it's been a real privilege working with everyone in this room. The governor's obviously highlighted many of you, but working with Scott Nally and Joe Testa and Chris Schmenk and everyone, and Sir Tim Keene, that's what I like to call him. Everyone in this room has just been fabulous, but it all comes from the leadership, our CEO, from the governor. And he really sat down and said, Cabinet, Mark, jobs are number one. So what are we going to do to go make that happen? And one thing that is pretty clear to me from the very beginning is we do not create jobs, but we do a phenomenal job of impeding job growth. And so let me give you the example the governor just mentioned. The governor has a policy that if any of us have an idea or something where it's going to help us create jobs, we can interrupt it anytime in any way. So I got a call from Nate Green, said, hey, we have this opportunity for 350 jobs near Toledo, Ohio. 350 jobs and $50 million capital investment. There's only one problem, they're not going to come. I said, why? Well, they're not going to come because we allow them to bring Michigan loads in, 120,000 pounds per truck, and Ohio loads out, 80,000 pounds per truck. I see Jerry sitting right there. I literally pull him out of a meeting on the 30th floor. I said, Jerry, is one side of this road stronger than the other? And he said, I don't know, let me check. So 90 minutes later, he gets back to us, and we called Menards up and said, we're going to do this. Took us a couple of months to put everything together, but we announced a little over a month ago, 350 new jobs. And if you add all of that up, as the governor said, we have created, been a part of creating 21,000 new jobs. Now, I think that's a very interesting number, 21,000 new jobs, and that's fantastic for 21,000 families. But it's close to $1 billion of new payroll. That $1 billion is going to be spent at the nail salon, at the pizza parlor, at the dry cleaners. It's going to be spent at all these places that really employ a ton of people. So you're going to start seeing that acceleration throughout the whole state. And one thing that's been really fun is working on all these different levels, but combining that with some really big deals. We're now on the map. The governor and I and Wayne and several others traveled down to Houston to see what was going on in job creation down there for the shale. When we literally had 20 guys in a room, the governor asked, what are you going to do in Ohio? We're going to invest. How many jobs are you going to do? We went around the room, it was thousands and thousands of jobs. Now, we've got to work very hard, we got to work on that, but there's a lot of opportunity outside to say, we are now going on the offensive. And I think the one big one that you all reported on is Sears. We all heard about Sears. One thing, yes, Sears has decided through special legislation in Illinois to stay in Illinois. But don't forget, we beat out every other state, including Texas. Okay? Also, let me remind you, it was return on investment positive in year one. People talked about the big numbers, but the state was going to make money the first year they were here. And one of the things I am the most proud of is in development, we had a policy that every development deal was handcrafted. Okay? Every single deal. Working with the governor, working with his staff, we made sure that every deal is ROI positive to the state. What does that mean? Taxes received by the company, not funny numbers. These are direct taxes received by the company, minus tax incentives, have to be greater than zero. And to date, we are now at $188 million tax positive year one, $670 million, $79 million for Mr. Keene over here by year three, and over $2.8 billion in 10 years. So not only did we work with creating these 21,000 jobs, we helped retain over 60,000 jobs, so a combination of 83,000 jobs. When the governor first asked me to do this, I'll never forget it. We were sworn in, as many of you are here, were sworn in at midnight on, I believe it was January 8th. The next morning, I walk in the development department. We have three companies looking to leave the state of Ohio. We were bleeding, and we were bleeding badly. These were hundreds of jobs. Unfortunately, we lost one of them. We worked really hard with another one. I mean, we were just out there trying to do everything we can, whether it was American Greetings, whether it was Diebold. It was a ton of companies out there. It was interesting. You heard the governor start talking about our total projects. Well, it was just a few short weeks ago. We were at net new jobs created around 13,000, 14,000. Today, as we talk today, over 21,000. We're seeing an acceleration. Okay? Again, we got a long way to go, a super long way to go, to replace the 400,000 jobs that were lost in the first 4 years. So working with the governor, working with the cabinet, what we have been able to do is create a jobs-friendly environment and move at, as the governor loves to say, at the speed of the market, not the speed of statute. We are moving as quickly and as efficiently as we can and working with everyone here. And I know I'm being wordy, so let me just say a couple things. Jobs Ohio. We are, as of July 11th, working with the legislature very, very closely. We are now in business. Okay? I am proud to announce we now have more employees than board members. So we have about 14 people. It is growing, and we're putting some great people in place. But through the governor's leadership, we were able to get some amazing board members. Bob McDonald, CEO of Procter & Gamble. Gary Hemiger, CEO of Marathon. Steve Davis, CEO of Bob Evans. And many other folks. Jim Bolin, who's just been a phenomenal chairman for us. We have put together a solid board of directors. We are working as hard as we can, and we are doing our darndest not to drop balls in the middle of this. As a friend of mine has said, Mark, it's like you're birthing a full-grown adult. We are. I mean, we have to keep the ball rolling, but through the governor's leadership and the leadership of everyone in this room, we've been able to do it. And we're really looking forward to 2012, and as they say, the future is bright, so go get some sunshades. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. And, you know, in the past, as you remember when we got blown out down there in Dayton with NCR, you know, some of these wins have been so significant, like Diebold, which is really contributing to the health of the Akron-Canton Airport. We'd have lost Diebold, along with NCR, we'd have been out of that whole security, hardware, software business connected to that industry. So these new wins are great. Some of them will come from out of state. We've got a lot of things going on now, but most of them will come from growth inside the state. We're going to win some, we're going to lose some. Just a word about Chiquita. The Chiquita return on investment would have been 10 years. That's corporate welfare. We weren't going there, we weren't doing it, and so we have a discipline in terms of the ways in which we do this. So, I think we had a lot more. I thought we did more than that in 11. No, that's good. Now we're going to talk a little bit. Pardon?
Oh yeah, we have a video, sir.
Oh, a video. Let's see the video.